David Wilhoit, President and CEO of Wacker Chemical Corp. That's the entity that for the U.S. We have 10 locations across the U.S., 1,800 employees. We're in everything from pharmaceuticals. We make plasmid DNA, precursor to mRNA, like the vaccine. Actually, Germany globally has a contract for 100 million doses of COVID vaccine. In Germany, we're in everything from active ingredients in nutraceuticals to help you digest vitamins. We're in an ingredient that you may use at home that you spray and pulls the odor out of the air. We're in cosmetics, we're in construction, so probably in the cement here, it's on the paint on the walls, and it's in adhesives that you use every day.
Ken Collins, and I'm the site leader here in Charleston, Tennessee. And in addition to the products that David mentioned, the site in Charleston, we have two plants. We have a polysilicon plant, a hyper-pure polysilicon, and this material goes into semiconductors and the solar industry. Wacker produces about 50% of the world's supply of polysilicon that goes into semiconductors worldwide, and this site produces about half of that. So 1 out of every 4 computer chips likely has our material from Charleston in it. We also have a second plant that makes fume silica. It's a white powder, and it goes into hundreds and hundreds of different products, everything from your toothpaste to elastomers and rubbers to windmill blades and boat hulls.
Talking about the polysilicon, it's the highest purity product made globally. It's 99.9 with, is it 9 or 10?
12 now.
Oh, 12? Okay. 9's at the end.
So I'm Linda Cash. I'm the Director of Schools for Bradley County. And as I said before, the partnership with Wacker has been long-standing since they've been here, integrated into our school system, into our community. And this is just another example of how invested they are with not only developing the pipeline for themselves and for other businesses and industry for workers, but it also is that commitment to community. And so the event center originally had a different name, and with their sponsorship, and it's a true sponsorship, it has been renamed the Wacker Commons, and it is a central location for many, I'm not even sure the number now, but events that come. It houses the community, the schools, it's used for major events, and it's probably one of the largest event center, if not the largest event center in our area.
And I'm Brittany Cannon. I'm the director here at the Pi Center. And just to reiterate our journey and our partnership that started really in 2014 when Wacker came to the Charleston community, and how it's just expanded and grown when they so graciously hosted us in Germany in 2018. We were able to see the German model of education, kind of how they do things, and bring back some of those things. So I would say that the partnership with Wacker has truly helped us realize our dream here at the Pi Innovation Center. And Pi stands for Partnerships in Industry and Education. Wacker is the true definition of that industry partner.
One of the things that I would add to that, when you are in the event center in the Wacker Commons, you will see the history of Wacker depicted on the walls, and that spoke to me personally about the innovation that the company has. The founder, it's all embedded in what we want to happen in this center, so it replicates what we hope happens here and with our students.
One thing I think almost all of you actually mentioned was the idea of community. And that a lot of the community, whether that is this Tennessee community or a German community or something, is all coming here. What do you think that not only means for you all, but the community right here in Cleveland?
You know, the Pi Innovation Center is a regional approach. And so it's to bring the region, the community together. Actually, today, we hosted 800 of our sophomores down in the Wacker Commons. So it's a place to bring everyone together to get to see Wacker's history and to get to understand our mission and vision here at the Pi Innovation Center.
If you look at Wacker, as I mentioned, a 109-year-old company, the founder of Dr. Alexander Wacker, his great-grandson is the chairman of the board. Mm-hmm. And so it's a family company. Some is traded on the Frankfurt Exchange. But that family is paramount. That's why I stayed so long with the company. They invest in you and they expect a lot, but they also give quite a bit. And when we looked around for opportunities of where to locate, and this was an investment over $2.5 billion. At the time, it was the largest ever investment in Tennessee and largest ever for Wacker. We wanted a community where we could grow, and we have a lot of property there. As Ken mentioned, we started with polysilicon, we went to silicones and this fumed silica, and we have great aspirations, and those aspirations will only be successful if we work closely with the community, developing the talent, educate on what products we make and how we make life better for people. And so that's why we're excited to locate here and grow here. And with 750 people, they are the community. They live here. Their children go to school here. And this is why we feel it's such a great opportunity to support a great program like this.
Actually, you're standing in the chemistry lab, which is where we hope to have even more support from Wacker. That is a portion that we're trying to grow is in this area is for chem tech programs, chemistry, and with their expertise, we feel like that partnership will even push. They actually were a part of designing this room and this whole facility here that you see. So with that, their processes and procedures more in safety and the knowledge of how chemical reactions work and what their product does is what we hope to accomplish here.
And if we look at the needs of Wacker and other chemical companies in the area, helping set the curriculum, as you mentioned, what is critical for learning, and then we can kind of take those talents, enthusiastic people, and train them on the job as well. But safety is one of the paramount. We say it's the precondition of everything we do, and that starts in the schools.
And just to add to Chemtech, we also have machining, welding, mechatronics, which is greatly needed in the facility at Wacker. So we're working not only in the Chemtech program, but in the others to develop that skill pipeline that will make this partnership a true win-win.
That's one thing that I was thinking about is when you mentioned like CTE programs and welding and stuff like that. What do you think that's going to have as an effect? As a lot of students from these schools may not go off to college, may not get that 4-year degree, but if you're setting them up right now, they're being set up to either work for Wacker or a different company with those skills. What does that mean for those students?
Absolutely. So, and not all students are geared to go to that 4-year university. But here at the Pi Center, we have an opportunity, whether you want to go straight into employment, whether you want to go to that TCAT community college, or that 4-year university, we have an option for all students. And so here it's about creating that skilled worker that can eventually go into Wacker or like other companies. But we want to expand the partnership in looking at internships while they are here in their 3rd and 4th level classes, which are our capstone classes here.
And I think you have to rethink, when you talk about college, I think you have to rethink about, we're talking about post-secondary education. So that post-secondary education can be the traditional college or it can be an associate's degree. But once we get students into these businesses are consistently training them, educating them, and providing them more and more so that they may come in with an entry-level salary, but they have the opportunity launched from this facility to build themselves into a life that they can have a great life with great wages and still grow and learn. So it's really about learning after high school and being ready after high school, that college and career ready student. And that's where we are. We feel like that if you listen to some of the programs that they're still offering, that's what they're doing with other entities, and then with our students, they'll have that lift up too.
And we have opportunities, we have career lattices where you come in and start, you can see how you can develop with the skills that are, we're basing the foundation here. And you can make a salary that can raise a family and a great
Yes.
way of life
Yeah.
right here in
Yeah,
the county.
I also think it's important to point out the students in this facility, they are earning dual credits, dual enrollment, so they're getting those higher education credits under their belt, which launches them into the next section. So while they're getting on-the-job training, and they're also earning industry certificates and college credits while they're here with us too. So it is like Brittany said, it's a win-win.
Yeah. And I think the partnership that y'all have built with Cleveland State
Yes.
is also very, very attractive because it is a direct connection
Yes.
in that collaboration.
And that, I think, is so important to note that we're educators. We're not experts. We have gone to the experts to develop and to design these programs, whether that be at the post-secondary or the industry. Every program that you see is truly industry aligned.
Mr. Woodhoy, can you say how much you all invested into Wacker Commons, just roughly speaking?
Yeah, I think it's public, right?
Yeah,
think so.
$1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah.
Great. Is that all went to Wacker Commons?
It is funds that are utilized throughout.
Throughout the center.
Yeah.
But we certainly wanted it to be that naming recognition,
Yeah.
and we felt like that was the best place here at the facility because it is one of the most utilized by, our students, all students, K-12, and the community.
So I will tell you that the funds are used and still being used to finish building out that event center. So we still have in the process the sound system that's being purchased with their donations. But more importantly, we're looking at professional development for our teachers. So there are other aspects that we look at that, and I do want to say I feel like that was just one way that Wacker has invested, and we appreciate that. But their investment in our people and the ongoing opportunities to give back to the schools that don't involve necessarily a financial gain, but it's a personal investment, I think that's even more valuable, and over time, I think that's really going to grow as well. Although we will always take money. I don't want to tell you we won't take money, but it's personal with them. It is that family investment to see students that excel and to see our community grow. And our hope is our kids do stay around and build this community up.
And we're still hiring.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to add that we might not have touched on?
We, from Bradley County Schools, would just like to thank Wacker
Yes.
for your continued partnership, for your generosity, because it is making a difference in Bradley County Schools and in the lives of our students.
We're glad to be a part of it.
Thank you. So as we go through this brief introductions, I just want to say personally that it's a privilege to work with Wacker. The people that we work with are truly invested in our community, and we welcome everyone here. As you see this space is a multi-purpose space. So we have people from the community who use the space, and what we're most proud about is that when people come in this center now with the entryway telling the Wacker story, they will learn more about this company who's come to Cleveland, Tennessee and Bradley County to invest in our community. So at this time, again, I want to welcome everyone here. I'm Dr. Linda Cash. I'm the Director of Schools for Bradley County, and it's a privilege to have you here. And so right now, I am going to turn it over to Mr. David Wilhoit for him to give some brief remarks as well.
I want to thank everyone for coming here today to help us with this celebration. I'm not sure where she is now, but, oh, there you are. Today we have some very honorable guests who are coming actually to help celebrate as well. Our full board from Germany, and I'll introduce them in a moment. So Wacker, as some people may not know, 109-year-old company, and we've been in the location in Bavaria, in Burghausen, where we've had a factory for over 100 years. And if you look at that as an example of how we've become intertwined with the community there in developing our own workforce with the special needs and the partnership with schools. This was a great opportunity when we looked around, where do we want to be? And in the early 2010s, we looked at many different sites and we chose Cleveland because it felt like home. I want to thank I see some of the other friends, Doug Barry, wonderful partner in making sure that this was the location we found. I want to introduce a few people. Dr. Hartle is the CEO of Wacker globally, which is last year was over 8 billion euro company. For those who don't know Wacker, we do everything from the ground all the way up, everything from construction, we're in adhesives and carpet, we're in pharmaceuticals, we're in cosmetics, we're in paint, we're in toothpaste, we're many other products. We are also in EV vehicles, which right down the road here is something that's a big opportunity for you and all of us. So we have a couple people from the board, Dr. Oler, who has been here many times as well, CFO of the company. We have Dr. Christian Kirsten there as well, and we have Angelo Whirl, and that is our board. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Hartle, who will have a few words of thanks and support for us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, David. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great privilege and honor to be here. The last time I was at the Pi Center was about exactly a year ago, and there was still a lot of construction going on. I remember that. And so it's really amazing to see what developed in the last 12 months. And I learned also that you started in, I think, January with the education program, and we saw a lot of interested kids today. What I learned at that time, and a year ago, this is a pretty unique setup. I think a pretty unique setup for the whole of the US. So that makes me more, proud that we can play a part in that, in the Pi Center. Yeah, and also the Pi Center, it aligns with our history, and David mentioned it, it's more than 100 years. We focus on our customers every day, and that means that's all the 750 people here close in the Cleveland side, but also our 16,000 people worldwide. And we are proud to be here in this area in Cleveland because it fits so much, not only from, if you look at the scenery and you look at the forests and the mountains, it reminds us a little bit of where we come from in Bavaria, but it's also about the people. And I think at the end of the day, the essence is it's all about the people. If you run a company for more than 100 years, it's because you have the right products, but it's much more because you have the right people. And getting talented people these days is becoming more complicated. I think that's true all over the world, but also here. And I think with the Pi Center and this unique setup, this is also a good opportunity for us to get more well-trained engineers or chemical people. So we are pleased to be here. And we are pleased to share also in the Pi Innovation Center's mission of creating an innovative student experience, collaborating with businesses, with industry, also with non-profit organizations, and also facilitating community activities and events in the Wacker Commons multi-space. And if I look around the whole Pi Center, I'm again a little proud to say maybe that's the greatest hall here. Because it's so versatile and you can do everything from talking to people, engaging with people, having sports events. So I think it's a great place we picked, and Dave and Ken, you picked it here, and thank you for that. So all in all, again, thank you very much for being part of the Pi Center here in Cleveland. Thank you for being part of the community. And thank you of collaborating for the next 100+ years, making Cleveland and Tennessee an even better place for business. Thank you.
Partnerships in industry and education. Wacker and Bradley County Schools, the true definition of a partnership. Our journey started in 2014 with the community involvement, coming into the Charleston community and being part of public education. In 2017, Lisa Mantooth joined. And then in 2018, Wacker so graciously hosted us in Germany. It was at that point that we learned about their education system, learned about their mission, their values, their core, that we could come back here and realize our dream. So thank you. Your generosity is going to impact not only our community, but the lives of so many Bradley County students. We actually housed 800 sophomores in here today. So thank you. Thank you from myself, from Dr. Cash, and from so many of our board members that are here today.
So as we continue here today, my thoughts wander the what ifs. What if we weren't all in the right place at the right time? What if Wacker had decided to go somewhere else? So I think it's all aligned in the way that it was always supposed to be aligned with. We are supposed to be community members. We're supposed to help each other. And when I look at this vast project that was a 7-year dream and the work that went into it, it took all of us standing in this room and many more. So you will see our board members, you will see our commissioners, you will see our wonderful senators, and you will see most of all the people who really care about children and families. So as we celebrate today, and it is a celebration, I think it's only the beginning of the partnership with Wacker. And I am so proud when I tell everybody that you invested with us. And I do want to say, it is an investment, but it's not an investment in a building. It's an investment in people. And when you invest in people, you build futures. And so in Bradley County, we do invest in our futures of our students, and we build them to the best of our ability. And with your cooperation, with the investment of everyone standing here, we are definitely changing not just Bradley County, but if you know or don't know, there are people now from Tennessee, Georgia, Kentucky, all reaching out to say, how did you make this happen? How did you get here? Well, the vision was, let's change the life of a child. Let's build that workforce that we know keeps us going. And so when we looked at that and we partnered and we brought advisory groups in, we worked with the chamber, and all of that culminating into, and this was one of our last big pushes, was to get this event center in Bradley County so that we could serve not just our public education, but we could service our community. And I want to say just a shout out to Doug from our Chamber of Commerce, all of them who knew that this was a game changer. So I am sure, as you said, when he first came, it was more warehouse than it was beautiful building. And when he caught the vision, you can't imagine from a visionary person who sees it before it's ever built to have someone else actually look at that and think about that. So to us, you are family members, and we appreciate you. You're always invited back. We would love to have you come and work with our students. Any day that you can contact Brittany, she will put you to work. I'm 100% sure of that, working with our students. So again, we are celebrating and proud to be in the newly named Wacker Commons. Thank you. So as we end this, I want you to remain for photo ops. We'd like to get a lot of pictures to remember this and to post, because this will be something that remains long after everyone in this room is gone. And we want people to know those people who invested with us and invested in the future. There is plenty of food and snacks. We'd like for you just to wander around. Bathrooms are back that way. And if you have any questions for us, we'll more than gladly answer those for you. And again, welcome to Wacker Commons. Thank you.